Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, wow. Doesn't even feel like a Tuesday, I don't know what it feels like. So yeah, didn't get to see the star last night, or the two conjunction, or the two stars, what was it, Saturn and Jupiter, Pluto? Jupiter? I think Jupiter maybe, Jupiter and Pluto, or Saturn. Yeah, I didn't get to see it because it was too cloudy, so that's alright. It was still an amazing Yule, and I've decided to take it just a step further because I'm still in that mindset of renewal, regeneration, rebirth, working on myself, and just being grateful for what I really have, and you guys, and just it's going to be the 12 days of Yule, so the pagan 12 days of Yule, and I did do a WordPress document, or a page about it, from a really amazing, I know another amazing blogger on there on WordPress. It's really incredible, so that's, I mean, something to really check out. So the 12 days of Yule. So today we actually, let's see, on the second day, what do we focus on? I forget what we focus on, but we focus on a lot on this day. So let's see, it's Mother's Night, and then it's the winter solstice, which was yesterday, and now it's the third day. So if I could actually find my, there we go. Oh, why is this, I don't know. Okay. Let me see. That's weird. My posts, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so the 12 days of Yule. So yeah, literally. Okay, so let's see, the first one, or this one, so it is customary that no work is done during the Yuletide. So for Germanic sources, we see the stories of the goddess Berchta punishing those who have left work undone. Alright, so let's see. I don't know where any of this really went. So yeah, the Mother's Night is the start of Yule. I don't know, I forget what is today, the 22nd? Let's see. Sorry guys, I know this is ridiculous. Alright, so okay, we have Mother's Night. The first night we have the winter solstice, which was yesterday, and now today we have we focus on virtues. So it would be courage. So today would all be about, courage. So that is what today is about from that perspective. So, but yeah, I just feel really like I just did so much more, better about this holiday now that I'm actually celebrating it, and I celebrated it correctly, and it just brought me so much, peace and stuff inside. So it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. It was a really nice, quiet, calm, cool, collected atmosphere. Didn't do my compass. Really screwed up my calf from that Charlie horse. It's still there. But, alright. On to card number 3. The Empress of the True Heart Intuitive Tarot deck by Rachel True. And that is gorgeous. That is the most gorgeous. These are all gorgeous. I mean, I'm just so happy with these. They are so amazing. So I cannot thank my sister enough. Kim, you are so incredible. But I mean, that's the Empress. So let's see what this amazing woman has to say about the Empress. Alright, so we have a nice, shiny, glossy page. Lovely. Now on a high vibe, the Empress represents sensuality, beauty, joy, fertility, perfect time, love, fulfillment, pregnancy, sexuality, and creativity. On a low vibe, it's emotional imbalance, jealousy, infertility, scarcity, and unhappiness. Alright, so the Empress represents our connection to the divine feminine, the seat of our emotional, physical, and sexual power. They are the lover, the mother, the child, the creator, the goddess, and the destroyer. We have Shiva or Kali Ma there. The archetype for the Empress is a person who expresses their love and interest in others through creativity, collaborative arts, and sensual delights. That is me. That is me. So the sensual delights of Yule, all of this with the poetry of Yule, and it's very fitting again. So this is an opportune moment to explore what love means while connecting to the power of your passion. Learning to wield these gifts consciously is a pragmatum shift that can usher in abundance and prosperity. So this can be a period of fertile manifestation. The sparkly effervescence or energy and earthy seductiveness you carry will likely be a magnet to others. Thoughtfully discern whom you let bathe in your sunshine. I love that. I really love that. So the Empress reminds us to let love guide, whether it's love or self-love, or whether it's love or self or others, or of others. In a reading, the Empress may represent a maternal figure or friend who knows just when to lend support or offer a hug. The Empress is nurturing and hands-on, dotting on their children and partner. In relationship dynamics, the Empress is fully invested in the emotional well-being of others and offers encouragement and solace when needed. For some, a passionate, emotionally available partner or friend has you feeling loved, nurtured, and appreciated. Wow. That's right on point. Others may be opening up to dating again after a period of emotional shutdown. Whoa, Rachel, are you reading my thoughts? Long-term couples may reinvigorate their partnership and sex life. So if single, imagine the kind of person who would fulfill you. Tune into your love frequency and remain open to opportunities. The Empress is a symbol of fertility and can indicate a possible pregnancy or additions to the family. Now, I did have a very bad reading when I was younger with my 1971 Rider-Waite cards that did predict a miscarriage. So, that was very scary. Now, in professional life, abundant opportunities are available or will present themselves soon. Set up an altar or use a vision board to manifest and connect with your intuition. You can advance when you transform the prism through which you view the world. Creative teaching methods and intuitive guidance foster a feeling of belonging. I love it. Now, if you pull this card in a low vibe, the Empress in a low vibe can represent a smothering parent, friend, or lover, drowning themselves and others in negative thoughts and behaviors. Yeah, wow, that's even more accurate than the high card, the high draw. So, suppressing emotions may cause you to shut down or react explosively towards others. Confusion, depression, anxiety, sexual dysfunction, and or self-involved thinking can present as a victim mentality. Some may be using sexuality as a weapon. Oh wow. Or as their only means of connection. Attune to your higher self and release stagnant emotions blocking energy and creativity. Open up to the plethora of opportunities, connections, and love currently around you. That's freaking beautiful. That's beautiful. That does go along with today. It really, really does. Alright, let me get a drink here. Alright, so here's her snippet of her story. So, alright, here we go. So, a few years ago, my sister made an offhand comment about the time my older brother and I went in foster care. I sat up curious. I thought that's just the time we lived with those other people. My sister rolled her eyes. Yeah, Rachel, that's what foster care is. That's how, as an adult, I realized that maybe living with other people had more to do with shaping me than I'd given credit. Although I was lucky that Oma and Opa, as we called them, were kindly people and provided more stability than I'd ever know, and again in my childhood. My memories of that time are scattered, though I recall being small, annoyed, and anxious that other children were constantly moving in and out of my room. Memories of my mother from that time remain behind a Gatian filter, a half-formed daydream of a hand, a swish of a wigged hair, a moon-sized medallion around a neck, a symphony of beads clacking as she walked away, all velvet and hot pants, insecurity, ambition, and beauty bundled into an early 70s manic pixie black girl. I love that description. Beautiful. Confection, I imagine. She was a supermodel who traveled for work, and that's why I lived with other people. Oh, my love. You can always come here. We have good coffee. I'm vegetarian, so you fit right in. Now, where'd I go? Oh, okay, so my father once said that my problem was, quote, I didn't get enough time on my mother's tit, unquote. Crassly, but probably not wholly untrue. While in foster care, my brother and I would sometimes visit our biological mother. That's amazing that you could do that. On those infrequent trips, and my mother would immediately liberate my hair from the 2 plaits I wore on the daily and let it loose to hang long and free, all blowing in the breeze. She dressed me in outfits matching her own, made from Indian hippie tapestries. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful, the story that you're painting. My Jewish father married another black woman after my mother, something that endlessly confused my friends. My brother and I left foster care and moved in with them. My stepmom was tall and beautiful, but she had not been raised in an affectionate home, and she wasn't a hugger. Oh my God, I'm a hugger. I'm a huge hugger. The lack of touch was not personal, but I took it personally. I would too. I felt she saw my longing for my mother as a rejection of her and my father's condemnation, that word, of my mother left me feeling embarrassed and ashamed to love someone who'd rejected me. Oh, that's sad. So my brother and I had our last great hurrah with our birth mother when I was 8 years old. She was moving out to the West Coast with her new husband, a long-haired rock musician. We met them in the Rockies and road tripped out to California. It was a trip filled with ups and downs, to put it mildly. Now, she says our stepfather was driving a van loaded with Mexican pottery. Oh my God, that was beautiful. Which was definitely, probably, allegedly full of shitty Mexican weed. Yeah. Brick weed. Yuck. I love you, Rachel. Oh my goodness. This is like a story of my life, too. Oh my gosh. So his band opened for Loggins and Messina. I'm embarrassed to admit how puffed up with ego my baby self was, how special I felt to be with my mother. Dressed in matching dashikis. Aww. As we cut the line so she could flash her backstage pass. Such a boss power move. I love that. Eventually our road trip ended at a small rented San Fernando Valley house where my brother and I slept on pallets on the floor. My anxiety building at both the general instability and the light show sparking from the electrical outlet by my head at night. During the day, I'd routinely walk in circles around the block hoping a Hollywood agent would discover me. I had rotating crushes on my stepfather's bandmates and a new neighbor who had paid me $0.25 to walk his dog. But in all of this, what stood out is how much I wanted to be in the center of my mother's universe. So this is not abnormal for kids. No, it's not. But can be dangerous if carried into adulthood. So this dynamic was learned from the atmosphere in my father's house, where affection tended to be mercurial, and only bestowed on one child at a time. It meant my brother and I were voracious pits of need, desperate for motherly affection, which she showered on us when we scored time with her. My stepfather found this tedious enough to denigrate it. Seeing how we were both with her, he cracked, "Are you guys gonna follow her into the bathroom and wipe her ass?" Oh my God, that would just irritate the hell out of me. My mother loved us. Of this I have no doubt. But we were the last pieces of life she'd been pushed out of. and we began to hear from her less and less. I wouldn't spend time with her again until I was 15 and traveled out to Los Angeles to visit her. She picked me up and whisked me off to an after-hours nightclub I was too young to patronize. Oh, by the way, everyone here in Cali thinks I'm 26, not 40. I told them you're my sister, so don't call me Mom. Despite this reddish flag, I thought moving into her small one-bedroom off Beechwood Canyon was a good idea. I was going to realize my dream of becoming an actor. So, after my junior year of high school, I marched out of my dad's house in upstate New York. My plan was to stay with my aunt and uncle on Long Island after 2 weeks until my mother sent me a ticket back to Los Angeles. 2 weeks stretched into 3, then 4. Finally, at week 6, my uncle told me what time it was. Your mom says it's not a good idea for you guys to come out, and maybe you should consider going back to your dad's. That would kill me. I was gutted. It felt like a sucker punch. I thought I'd never left behind my dad's house in upstate New York and all its miserable snow and racism. Oh, love. Racism is terrible. There's one thing I cannot stand is a goddamn racist. And my mother hadn't even had the nerve to tell me herself. I felt tethered to my child self, who was already aware that her only mission was to grow up and get out. I feel you on that. Unfortunately, this would begin a long pattern of mistrust and miscommunication between my birth mother and me. I wouldn't see her again until my 30th birthday. On the same day, I was shooting a commercial and taking a meeting with Steven Spielberg. Ooh, jealous. Her arrival was an unhelpful distraction. Though she is the person who showed me what love is, my mother is also responsible for how I've most often dealt with it, by encasing my heart and hiding my feelings. You're gonna make me cry. Wow. This is getting a little, I'm really getting into this. So, years later, when my father died, my stepmother put her hand on my shoulder and said, I'm sorry, I wasn't more loving. Here was the woman who'd raised me, sent me a few bucks when I needed it, and put up with my bullshit. While not overly affectionate, she provided me with something priceless, stability. Oh, eventually she learned to hug on cue. Oh, as I have too. And now, when we end our conversation, she says, I love you. Something I still struggle to articulate even when I feel it. It's something I'm working on. And with the guidance of the Empress, something I hope to overcome. Wow. Okay, that was intense. That was really intense. Yeah, totally. No, I agree with all of that, totally. Like 100,000%. That is incredible. Wow. These really have some incredible meaning to you, don't they? I am just beyond grateful that we have these cards. So I'm just beyond grateful that you did this. You put this out there. You did this. This is your work, and you should be proud. I mean, you're incredible. So that's just amazing. Aww. Still a little sad. I mean, yeah, I can totally relate in ways. So I know where you're coming from. I love it. And I love you very much. So, alright. What was I going to say? So, yeah, tomorrow we'll go on to the Emperor, which is the tyrannical father figure and the low vibe. I know that. Which is terrible. So, what else did I want to say? I think that was it. I honestly think that was it. Yeah, that's it. I can't think of what I was going to say. Oh, anyways, alright guys. So yeah, happy 3rd day of Yule, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys go out and get the book and the deck, the guidebook and deck all in one. True Heart Tarot, Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. So, alright guys, I love you all the way from Venus all the way back down. And yes, Rachel, thank you for this. This is awesome. So, I love you, all my love. Hey, I lack on Twitter sending you love every day. I try to inbox you or DM you love every day, hearts, and just, you know, but I forget sometimes. I slack. So I'm sending you even more love with every single video that I put out on your deck. So, alright guys, I love you all, and thank you guys. Stay safe, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Witchy Wednesday.